Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue our series that I call Musings on Commander. We're not looking at a specific deck list, but rather discussing a current topic. Specifically, last week's changes to the ban list. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. I know that many of you are upset that Rhystic Study didn't get banned. I know that many were hoping that Jeweled Lotus and maybe Dockside Extortionist were unbanned. I'll be honest, I'm still angry that they got banned in the first place along with Mana Crypt. I'm fine with all of them being on the Game Changers list. In fact, I love the Game Changers list. Cards that aren't banned but denote the power of your deck is exactly what this format needed. But we're here to focus on the most recent changes. But before we get into that discussion, a quick word from new sponsor T-Fury. For almost 10 years I've been a loyal customer of T-Fury, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. No, seriously, my first order with them was in May of 2016. Every day, T-Fury has new shirts for sale that are discounted because they're print to order. They take care of their artists, have great customer service, and their designs are wonderful. If you feel that you need more pop culture or geek wear, go check them out. But be sure to click the link down below so they know who sent you. First of all, let's talk about my boy Lutri, who did nothing wrong and we love him. Lutri the Spellchaser is a 3-mana, 3/2 legendary elemental otter with Companion and Flash. More on Companion later. When Lutri enters, if we cast him, we copy target instant or sorcery spell we control. We may choose new targets for the copy. Lutri only copies a spell we control, and only if we cast him. So we can't just flicker him with Displacer Kitten and copy everything. We can't go infinite with him like we can with Dualcaster Mage. He's really not that strong of a spell, much less of a commander, outside of his Companion ability. And honestly, Companions in Commander was a mistake, and Lutri paid the price for it. When Companion came out, it was an interesting concept. In 60-card formats, you had a card that took up a slot from your sideboard, assuming your deck met certain requirements. You could then cast the spell from exile, a so-called Companion Zone. That was soon changed because it was too strong. Now, at sorcery speed, you could spend 3 mana to move the card from the Companion Zone to your hand, and then you could cast it normally. With that change, Companions were nerfed enough in 60-card formats that most of them didn't see play anymore. With one exception, of course, but we all know that Lurrus is overpowered, even outside of being a Companion. So, what was the problem with Commander? Unlike 60-card formats, where you can run more cards if you want, but 60 is the minimum, Commander is a 100-card format where you have to run exactly 100 cards. 1 commander and a 99-card library. Even if you have 2 commanders thanks to background or partner, you still have exactly 100 cards. And Companion breaks that rule. I think that was a dumb decision. Companions shouldn't be the 101st card in Commander. There should still just be 100 cards. And the reason Lutri was banned was because he could go into any deck that had blue and red in its color identity. Here you go, free copy effect that you can just add to your deck. But if there were only 100 cards, you'd have to cut a card. Even then he'd be strong, but he wouldn't be free real estate. So I agree with the decision to ban Lutri, and I like that he stayed banned as a Companion. I just think Commander's rule to have Companions be the 101st card is dumb, and should be reevaluated. Oh, one more quick announcement before we go any further. I'm streaming on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. Sometimes I'm building Commander decks, other times I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, but you're always welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Biorhythm is an 8-mana sorcery that says each player's life total becomes equal to the number of creatures they control. This card became unbanned and is now on the Game Changers list. Honestly, I approve. Green needs more ways to win the game. No, I'm not joking or being facetious. The higher power you get in Commander, the weaker green gets. Green is a powerhouse in bracket 2 and 3. It does okay in bracket 4, but once you get to bracket 5, it isn't all that. I'm not saying it's useless by any means, but it isn't nearly as oppressive at higher tiers than it is at lower tiers. Next up, we've got Farewell being added to the Game Changers list. Honestly, fair. It does mean that a lot of my deck videos suddenly went from bracket 3 to bracket 4, but what can you do? Farewell is a card I run for Graveyard Hate. Graveyard Hate is important because a lot of pods have that one player who fills a graveyard with a bunch of nasties and then reanimates them or recasts them or does an underground breach loop to win the game on the spot. And you don't just need to run Bojuka Bog. You can run Shuffle Wheels to force everyone to put their graveyards back into their library. This one is truly annoying to the graveyard player. The nice thing about Farewell is that it is flexible. You can get rid of more than just graveyards. But since WotC wants to play it like that, expect more Rest in Peace to show up in future videos. I did want to address the elephant in the room. Many players were hoping that Smothering Tithe or Rhystic Study or both would get banned. I pray that will never happen. I love both of these cards. They either give you overwhelming advantage or they slow your opponents to a crawl. If you hate seeing them, you have a couple of choices. Run more removal or play Bracket 2 games. What's that? You want to play a Bracket 4 game with tutors and combos, but you don't want to run removal? Are you okay? What about you? What were your thoughts on the changes? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my daughter Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons. Waffles, Jiraiya, Marcus Brett, Roxy, Alex Conga, Robert Pye, Kazaris, Patra, Tiz, Richard Boomy, Osira, Justin, Golden Walker, Captain Hammer, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, and Black Dragon. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.